Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be covering the new patch notes released for Remnant 2, which goes over performance and crash fixes, updates and fixes for character archetypes, balancing changes, bug fixes, improvements to gear, enemy behavior fixes and improvements, quality of life improvements, and more. If that all sounds good to you and you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like on the video and consider subscribing to help continue to grow the channel and help me reach my goal of 500 subscribers. With that being said, let's get into the patch notes. So to start things off, we are on patch 4.20.332, which was made available on Thursday, May 9th at 11:58 a.m. EDT. And we begin things with performance and crashes. Fix an issue where impact cannons sometimes cause performance issues versus annihilation. Fix an issue where upgrading / downgrading repeatedly could cause hitching or slowdown. Archetypes. Invoker. Engram now properly shows lore and description when viewed in Wallace's inventory. Way of Kaola. Haste applied by other sources will no longer be removed when Kaola ends. Way of Kaola. Fixed an issue where the drenched sound loop would remain after a kill. Way of Kaola. Fixed an issue causing tidal wave to skip cooldown in multiple times. Way of Kaola. Fixed an issue that caused recast to refresh the lightning cooldown. Dev note: the lightning blasts from Way of Kaola are on a timer, and recasting would cause this timer to be refreshed. They are now on an independent timer, so that recasting will allow the lightning to strike when it originally should have. Way of Maedra. Drench no longer reverts to base damage upon archetype swap. Way of Maedra should now consistently heal friendly companions and summons. Way of Maedra. Fixed an issue allowing Way of Maedra to heal bosses. Dev note: Vash Kawai and Shambles. Way of Ledusa. Increase critical bonus chance from 5% to 10%. Way of Ledusa. Add elemental damage type for AoE. Blast. Way of Ledusa now scales with amplitude. Way of Ledusa skill cooldown bar behaves properly when using reaction effect. Way of Ledusa enabled Sand Devil's generation from skill / status damage. Dev note: while all damage is currently allowed to generate Sand Devils, we are keeping an eye on it. This is because it ends up allowing an infinite cycle of Sand Devils detonated when mod or status damage continues to apply. The original design was that the brittle was caused by range and melee damage, and Sand Devils would also only be created by those damage types as well. We will see how this plays out and may eventually limit it to only those damage types. Ritualist. Prime fixed a bug causing amplitude to have a double stacking effect on Vile. Wrath. Increased damage bonus from 20% to 25% at max level. Dev note: while Ritualist is already quite strong, we wanted to ensure that their strength wasn't entirely status damage, so that they would also be used as a secondary archetype more effectively. This is a slight buff to benefit all damage in either scenario. Gunslinger. Sidewinder. Reduced the reload time decrement from 10 seconds to 6 seconds. Dev note: this change allows for a few more swap reloads with Sidewinder at the base duration of 60 seconds. Previously 7 were possible. With this update, 11 are possible. Of course, it still benefits from duration increases as well. Archon. Power creep. Increased mod refund and mod generation bonus from 5% to 10%. Chaos Gate. Increased mod generation from 5% to 10%. Chaos Gate. Fix an issue where VFX were still visible to clients after deactivation. Havoc. Fixed an issue causing Havoc to be staggered in some situations. Havoc. Fixed an issue where some abilities would cancel after going through a labyrinth portal. Havoc. Fixed an issue causing inconsistent cooldown refund behaviors. Havoc. Fixed an issue causing Blink to trigger AoE explosion twice. Havoc. Fixed an issue that allowed footwork and swiftness to multiply speed bonus. Dev note: Havoc form was incorrectly labeled as always in aim mode, which allowed footwork and swiftness to stack while applied to lightning hands and shield. This is no longer the case, but movement speed bonuses will still apply to both just not aimed bonuses. Havoc. Reduced lightning hands base damage from 56 to 48. Havoc. Reduced movement speed while firing lightning hands. Havoc, slightly increase the cost of lightning hands time decrement per pulse. Dev note, the combination of movement speed stacking bonuses and fire rate stacking, which is still enabled, allowed the Archon to easily circle strafe some of the most challenging content while holding down lightning hands. Repositioning with blink was almost never required due to the speeds that could be attained. This change allows the Archon to retain their maximum speed bonuses during normal movement and reduces the evasive effectiveness of simply strafing while firing. We also boosted the Archon's overall mod generation through power creep and added a bit more back to Chaos Gate. Engineer, Vulcan fixed an issue causing her to miss shorter enemies like hollows and parasites. Gear / items, range weapons. Trinity increased base damage from 42 to 44 per bolt, 126 to 132 per shot. Thorn, blowback, added mod damage scaling to blowback explosions. C. Alphelion, fixed an issue that caused the weapon to propel players across map. C. Sorrow, fixed an issue preventing heals from applying to companions and summons. Monolith, added elemental damage type to primary fire, range plus elemental. Monolith, fix an issue causing primary fire to sometimes pass through parts of enemies. Monolith Sandstorm, fixed issue preventing mod used when no ammo was present. Monolith Sandstorm, enabled duration to scale with mod duration bonuses. Monolith Sandstorm, now properly scales with mod plus elemental damage bonuses. Monolith Sandstorm, fixed an issue preventing proper damage calculation. Plasma Cutter, fixed an issue that caused certain VFX particles to drift. Polygun, fixed an issue showing incorrect values when upgrading. Melee weapons. Mirage, fixed a UI issue causing stats / description to break the bonds of the tooltip. Mirage Cyclone, enabled proper damage type scaling, melee plus elemental. Crystal Staff, fixed incorrect damage scaling values. Crystal Staff, lower base damage to account for proper 3x damage scaling net buff. Crystal Staff, fixed an issue where inspect information as displaying incorrectly. All katanas increased step back damage scaler from 0.9 to 1.45 per hit. Steel Katana increased critical chance from 11% to 13%. Edge of the Forest increased critical chance from 9% to 11%. Weapon mods, Explosive Shot, fix an issue preventing proper damage scaling based off weapon level. Song of Fear, fix an issue allowing damage to register as weak spot hits versus some flyers. Scrap Shot, fix an issue preventing damage from updating in the inspect information. Flying Bomb Trap, fix an issue that allowed Flying Bomb Trap to damage allies. Weapon Mutators, Failsafe, fixed incorrect refund calculations for mods that spent multiple charges at once. Ingenuity, fixed an issue causing level 10 bonus to break reload on any non-heat weapon. Pressure Point, fixed an issue where level 10 bonus triggered twice on mod activation. Weapon Lord, fixed description of primary effect. Slayer, increased damage bonus from 20% to 25%. Trinkets, Misstep, fix an issue that caused certain weapons to disappear. Birthright of the Lost, applies exposed to enemies in a 3M AoE of any perfect dodge trigger. Birthright of the Lost, exposed no longer applies to self on self-triggered perfect dodge. Jester's Bell, increased duration from 15 seconds to 20 seconds. Kinetic Shield Exchanger, increased mod generation from 20% to 30%. Stone Shaper's Chisel, effect properly remains after traveling. Ahene Crystal, increased damage bonus from 4% to 5% per stack. Ban of the Fanatic, increased status damage bonus from 25% to 30%. Ban of the Fanatic, reduced duration penalty from -65% to -50%. Burden of the Audacious, fixed interaction with Burden of the Divine. Burden of the Follower, increased mod generation from 25% to 30%. Burden of the Mesmer, reduced health penalty from -25% to -20%. Devoured Loop, fixed an issue preventing any skill cooldown resets. Devoured Loop, fixed an issue preventing skill cooldown resets of active skills. Effluvium Enhancer, increased asset bonus from 20% to 25%. Matriarch's Ring, increased duration from 5 seconds to 7 seconds. Ravenger's Bargain, remove hidden skill damage that was stacking with base damage bonus. Shadow of Misery, increased status damage bonus from 15% to 20%. Shock Device, increased shock bonus from 20% 20% to 25%. Talisman of the Sun, increase fire bonus from 20% to 25%. Relics, Constrained Heart, recasting properly refreshes Bulwark stacks. Broken Heart no longer causes long black screen after death while equipped. Enemies, fix an issue where Bloodless Air Aberration would focus entirely on summons. Fix an issue where the kill enemies would shoot through some walls. Fix an issue where Talratha's weapon, Phantom, for roll attack was incorrect. Fix an issue where some enemies would remain inactive during Shrewd Fight. Fix an issue where Dran Rifle and Shotgun character rarely connected with melee attacks. Fix an issue where the Root Knight would get stuck hovering over Root Nexus. Miscellaneous fixes. Fix an issue where changing a keybind from LMB to anything else would cause melee throwing weapons to automatically get thrown even if button was not released. Fix an issue where the tooltip for Sanguine Vapor was incorrect and did not match the item description text. Fix a collision issue causing players to sometimes pop into place while riding elevators. Fix an issue where the Trinity wall mural was not always displaying correctly. Fix an issue causing some cubes to not reappear after dying during the Polygon quest. And that is all of the patch notes. Please let me know what you guys think of the new patch and any issues you are still experiencing in the comments section. Again, if you found this video helpful and informative to you, don't forget to leave a like, and please do consider subscribing to the channel. It helps out a ton. With that, I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.